All right, everyone. So, Wanju, welcome to the Pinelines Open 2024, presented by Disconnection Player Meeting. I've got the prettier person next to me, Jason McCormack, president of Sunset Disco Club. So, we're going to be going through a few bits and pieces tonight. So, get your chairs warm and let's get started, shall we? If you do have any questions, we might open the floor either at the end or halfway. You can also put your hand up, I believe, in this. Yeah, you can. You can raise your hand. So if we're halfway through and you do want to have a question that's regarding what we're talking about, more than welcome to raise your hand and we will be able to see it. And thanks. Is that Summers? Yeah, Kenton has already raised his hand.
Maybe.
Thanks, Ken.
Yeah, or type it in the chat.
Or type it in the chat. Jason's got his
Yeah.
chat open, so we'll be able to see that too.
Yeah.
And for the time being, if you guys can put your mics on mute so we don't have kids or music or anything else in the background, that would be great. So let's start off with some housekeeping. Jace, do you want to kick some stuff off?
Go on. Do you want to flick us through there? We got a little PowerPoint.
We've got a PowerPoint.
Well, it's not little, but we're going to try and go fast. So we're aiming for 30 seconds a slide. All right, housekeeping. The first one we've got is this is the largest ever disc golf event in WA. I did a bunch of Googling PDGA last night, and I'm pretty sure that that's correct. So feel free to correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. Brian says, how long will it take? We're aiming for 30 to 40 minutes, Brian.
Yep. It is going to be recorded, guys. So if there's anything that you've missed here, it will chuck it on a link on YouTube, and that will go on our
the event webpage.
Event webpage, so you can refer back to it later.
It's going to be a common theme throughout the meeting, but Pinelines is a private course. It's Keenan's house. Him and his family live there, so we need to be respectful of that. And there'll be a bunch of things in play and in place just because of that. So yeah, just try and be mindful of that throughout the weekend.
So getting to the course is in Gidgegannup. So it's 556 Dinsdale Road. However, the address is linked on UDisc. So if you just search Pinelines Disc Golf Course in UDisc, Google Maps, or Waze, it all shows up there. So utilize that. However, just be mindful that when you get to the front gate, there is 3 front gates right there. And this has been a bit of an issue in the past. We will have someone at the front gate every day, making sure they usher you in. However, just please be mindful that if there isn't anyone there for any reason whatsoever, and you don't know where you're going, please just don't drive through in any gate and assume that that's the correct one, because I think Google Maps does actually take you down some different ones. So just be mindful of that. But we'll make sure that we have someone at the front gate to usher you in. So
if there's not a basket right next to the driveway as you go in, you're in the wrong one.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah, we've made sure that the correct driveway.
Yeah.
Cool. Very limited parking space. So as it is on the private, it's a private venue. There is parking. However, we just want to make sure we also have someone ushering people into the parking spaces, because we want to make sure that we make use of every single parking space we can. We don't want one person taking up too much space. So there will be someone ushering everyone into the parking spaces, and then we have an overflow that goes into the four drive area, and someone will be there also just to make sure that if you've got a four drive, to use that location. And if possible, please carpool where you can. The gates, I'm pretty sure that will be the next slide. The gates will open at 7, and they'll stay open for 1 hour for example, the morning session, and they will close at 8. Everyone will tee off at 8 a.m. anyway, so there's no worry about that. However, once the gates are closed, they won't open till approximately 11:30. So, and then the gates open for the next pool, and so on and so forth, and then close at the end of the day. It is a private course, and because the driveway utilizes some of the holes, we can't have people driving in and driving out. So that also includes spectators. So if you come in to spectate, just make sure you're mindful of the gate times. If you do need more information about the gate times and the opening and closing, it's all on our event webpage. And if you haven't seen our event webpage yet, we'll shoot you a link through on the chat shortly, and you can click on it, and it's there. Everything's there. So
cool.
It's not working now.
Oh,
there we go.
There we go.
There we
Go back
go.
one.
There's two.
Oh, there's two
Two
of the
slides.
same. Okay.
So
My
this
bad.
is this is
This is the practice day schedule. So practice day is a little bit different to the rest of the days. 7 to 8 gates will be open, and then we'll have practice session 1 till 11 o'clock, and then 11:30, sorry, and then 11:30 to 1 we'll have a lunch break, and then practice session 2 from 1 to 4.
you're more than welcome to stay for the two.
Yeah.
But just be mindful if you want to go out and get some lunch. The gates will open. Go out, get some lunch. Gates will come back. You come back, and the gates will close. So if you don't go out for lunch, you know that you can't leave until the end of the day. So
Yeah. And if you want to practice the course in that 11:30 to 1 o'clock spot, just be mindful that cars will be coming and going, and they'll have right away at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then this is scheduled for Friday, which looks pretty similar to all the rest. 7 o'clock gates open, check in till 7:45. Round 1, Pool A will start at 8, and then we'll close the gates when the round starts, just before, and they'll stay closed until we finish that round, and then they'll be open until 12:45, and then Pool B will start at 1, and then gates will stay closed till they finish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then, as you can see at the bottom of our
we get to that
page. Oh yeah, we'll get to that shortly as well.
Lunch. We aren't providing lunch this year. There should be about a 2-hour gap between the rounds, and you can leave and come back. There's Bakery.
Awesome bakery.
Very good. Had a pie and an apple slice there this morning. About 10 minutes from the course, and there's also a couple of servos where you can get some servo food as well. Parking's probably going to be the roughest at that time, as we've got morning people still there and Arvo people arriving. So we'll do our best.
Yeah. So we actually have a snack shop at HQ, and it's run by Sunset Coast Disc Golf Club. We've got chips, chocolates, soft drinks, Powerades, Red Bulls, and we'll have cash card, FBOS, all the main paying methods. You'll be able to utilize those. And on out of hours, if you're camping or if we're not there for any reason, we have an honor system for that. And the page will look like this. So there's a QR code, you bring up the QR code, put name, email address in, you pick the things that you want to purchase, you pay, and then as long as you paid, you can just grab the things that you need and shoot off. This has worked really well in the past. We obviously haven't been this technologically advanced. It's just been a little bucket with some coinage in it, but this is where we're at now. So you're welcome to utilize that service. And just be mindful as well that we will also have coffee and toasties in each morning. Keenan's wife, Dahlia, will be making those in the HQ. So before your practice, when you're practicing and before your round, you're more than welcome to grab a coffee and toasties. I don't have the prices for these, and it's not on this list here. It's separate to the club, so just be mindful of that.
And so that'll be before the morning pool and before the afternoon pool. Keenan just messaged, so it'll be in the break as well.
In the break as well. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Perfect. Which did that. So water and toilets. Water's free for the event. We'll have bottles of water in Eskies in 2 locations of the event. One will be in the HQ, which is a big central part of the course if you've never been there, and one on hole 1 as well, which is on the other side of the course, and that will cover a good chunk of the course. If you're in HQ, you cross HQ probably 3 times through the event, so through the course, so you'll have plenty of opportunity to grab water, and toilets will also be on those same locations, hole 1 and HQ. Plenty of opportunities to go to the toilet.
Yep. Merch. We got a bit of merch that will be on sale. Any of the profits will go to the club, help fund the event. We've got a few spare event hoodies, so if you like the hoodie but forgot to order one, there's a couple extra. We've got some Sunset Coast shirts.
These are wicked.
We've got some Sunset Coast towels. If we have any leftover Players Pack umbrellas, you can buy them.
Yep.
And we'll also be selling basket raffle tickets. So we have 2 baskets on offer. One is a raffle in the Players Pack, and then the other one is an additional raffle that you purchase tickets for. So
so if you just felt like you wanted to add extra and you wanted to go in the draw for a second raffle, or you weren't a player for a pro player that doesn't get one of the raffle tickets for a pro player pack, then you're welcome to purchase one of the raffle tickets for the second basket. Oh yeah. So collecting the pre-ordered hoodies, you can do that from the merch store. We will also do that when you check in. So if you check in on the Friday, that's probably the best option to do it.
Should be ready on Thursday as well.
Yeah.
Practice day.
So yeah, if you're coming on Thursday, those will be ready there as well. Just go to the HQ and go to the merch store, and someone will be able to help you out with that.
We will have Disconnection, which is this guy. He's going to have a small store set up as well. So if you throw some discs over the fence and you can't get them back,
Yep.
You can go and buy a new one.
Yeah, just with this one, I'm not bringing a huge store like I have in previous years from like you remember, but I will be coming back and forth to the store here. So the things that I don't bring on that weekend, if you need another one, you're more than welcome to purchase online, and I can bring it the next day or even the afternoon, depending on my travel back and forth. So
Free next day delivery.
yeah, free next day delivery or same day even.
Same day. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Volunteers. We do have a bunch of roles that need filling. Most of the morning slots are full. So if you're playing in the morning and you're free to help in the Arvo, we'd love some people to help us out on the front gate. As a parking marshal at the check-in desk or doing the snacks and merch. So I think we'll be putting a post up on Facebook and Instagram. So feel free to comment on there, flick us a message in the chat here, or send me or Reese or Swampy a message, and we'll add you to the roster.
Yep.
Just lightens the load, means that we don't have to have the same people in there all weekend, and they get to go out and enjoy themselves.
Perfect.
If you don't know what to do, we'll teach you.
Perfect.
There you go. Smoking.
So no smoking on the course. It's only at HQ only. Again, private property. Respect the course. It's obviously going to be wet, so fire is not a huge hazard. That's not always the issue, though. It's we're just being respectful. Keenan, he does not want smoking out on the course, so we will have campfires in the HQ. So more than welcome to smoke in that area. Otherwise, no, leave it till you get off the course, please.
All right, weather. It's looking okay, better than previous Pinelines years. It seems to be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, with Wednesday covering the bulk of it. Thursday will be a little bit wet, maybe some rain on Friday, and then the forecast for Saturday and Sunday is pretty good. So it should be okay. You're going to get an umbrella in your players pack if you're an AM, so you'll have that, but I'd just come prepared with a few towels or buy some Sunset Coast towels from the merch store and maybe a raincoat. But yeah, it could be wet. It usually is.
Yeah.
Let's not dwell on it.
Let's not talk about it. Just keep touching the wood. Yeah. It's fine. Camping. So yeah, camping separate to the tournament. If you do want to camp, most people will probably organise their accommodation and stuff by now. But if you do want to speak with Keenan Bellios on Facebook, and if you don't have his contact details, or you don't have Facebook or anything like that, just please message us in the chat and we can shoot him his details. But that will be organised directly through Keenan.
Cool. We got through the housekeeping. Yeah. Oh no, we didn't. We got another note that I didn't put on the power.
Oh yeah, I put pay your dogs.
Yeah. If you haven't paid your registration fee yet, I think we're at about 83 or 84 paid players out of 114. So there's 30 of you who haven't paid. If you're not playing, let us know so that I don't have to chase you up for your money. But if you're not playing, you're probably not watching the players meeting. So if you've got a mate that's not playing, tell them to tell me they're not playing.
Yeah, that'd be good. It makes it easy on me and Jason. Yeah. So.
Socials.
Oh yeah. Okay, so social night. First social night we got was directly after the first day, and it's social. It's a Blaster Brewing. It's sponsored by RPM. They're going to be throwing in a bunch of prizes for that night, and we'll be putting in some of their awesome baskets as well. So it's at the Burswood location, not the High Wycombe one. It's 5 p.m. start. Canapes from 6 p.m. And guests are welcome to come. $10 per person. Just pay on the night. We'll have FBOS. Yeah. And Parked will be there, and they'll be releasing. We've got some screens up in the social area, and they'll be putting up some unreleased footage for everyone to watch. So that will be there as well.
Yeah, we got as it says, we've got food, but depends how many people show up, whether or not it's going to be enough for dinner, or if we get 50 people, will probably be enough to feed you all. But if we get every person turn up, you might have to buy a little bit of something extra. So I know. Saturday night is bonfire night. We've got the mega bonfire. I think Reece said it was 10 stories tall.
I thought about that after.
Unparked. I was like,
what am I talking about?
It's not 10 stories tall. Parked Clubhouse Live will be happening Saturday night. We'll have some putting games in the HQ area. Keenan's going to set up disc darts. We're going to potentially play some night glow golf, and we usually throw some ulti discs over the bonfire, which is really cool, until they go in the bonfire, and then the game gets ruined.
There's no actual schedule for a lot of this stuff. It's very impromptu, and Keenan just kind of runs it all. So when everyone, probably usually around about 7:30, we kind of start the bonfire, and then everything else just kicks on after that. So we won't have any times for that. Just if you're keen to come, this is a cool night. It's been something that we've run for probably 10 something years. We've run the bonfire night with all these types of games. So to get the full experience of Pinelines, this is kind of a must.
Before we move on from bonfire, I didn't put it on the PowerPoint, but it's on my notes. Dales will be doing pulled pork rolls for dinner for everyone. So if you want to buy a pulled pork roll from Dales and Keenan, that's a dinner option on the Saturday night.
Oh, and we've got we throw some altitudes over the fire. Not
that's already in there.
Oh yeah. I just wanted to say that, sometimes they go in there and they go down like a Heisenberg.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Like a lead balloon.
Yeah, lead balloon.
All right. Disc golf, onto the important thing.
All right. Is this what we're here for?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is what we're talking about. Big numbers, big challenge. So obviously we've split the field in two because we only got 18 holes and we can't fit all the players on the course at one time. Logistics of trying to do shotgun start was just not going to work. So, this is our best option. So two pools. So just be patient, be kind over the weekend. We're doing our best, and we think it will be great. All right, so we'll have Pool A, who will be playing in the mornings. They'll start at 8 a.m. each morning. That'll be MP40, FP40, FA40, MA50, MA2, FA2, MA3, MA4, and MJ12. MJ12 are just playing on the Saturday. They're playing one round only. We'll have a parked feature card in the morning, which will be our 2 FP40 players and 2 MP40 players. And that will, be each morning parked doing that. Yeah.
So Pool B will be in the afternoon, 1 p.m. start. MPO, MA1, FA1, MA40, and MJ12.
No, 15.
Yeah.
Sorry, typo.
Yeah. MJ15 is playing the entire weekend, unlike the MJ12. And then parked me to have the feature card of MP, the 4 MPO players on that day as well.
Cool. Layouts. Now, these don't match up with the morning and afternoon. So just because you're playing in the morning doesn't mean you're playing blue. So just make sure you know which layout you're playing. The gold layouts will be played by those divisions listed there. Do I have to read them?
We don't have to read them. I guess people have eyes.
And then we have 2 different gold layouts this year. So there's 9 holes that are the same on Gold A and Gold B, and then there's 9 holes that have an alternate tee or basket.
And all this information's on the event website as well, so you don't see this. Okay, this is, you know more about this.
Yeah, I do. So because we've got 2 gold layouts and you have to try and make sure you're at the right hole and tee pad, we've tried to do it as clearly as possible. So Gold A tee pads have a yellow flag on either side of the tee pad. Gold B tee pads have a purple flag, and blue tee pads have blue flags. So if there's one tee pad for the hole, then all 3 colors will be there. So you can just look at the colors. And
there's also a lot of information. The tee pad signs have a lot of information. What's its names have a lot of information. That the maps. So you should not get.
We've put direction signs out at pretty much every basket saying the next hole's this way, and on each of those it'll say all layouts or Gold A and blue or Gold B and blue. So look out for them, and you shouldn't get lost.
Disc over the fence. If you happen to throw your pecker over the fence, just make sure you hit up Keenan. Once it goes there, just leave it there. Please understand there is also electric fences, and we will have signs out for those. That's another reason why we don't want you going over the fence and getting it. but also just to respect the neighbours. And just let Keenan know after the round, treat it as water, and Keenan will go get it for you, and then we'll get it back to your bag.
Relief.
Electric fences.
There's a little bit of relief floating around on the course. So 2 meters relief from electric fences, which are on those holes listed there.
Yep.
If you know the course, you know which one they are. 1 meter relief from grass trees. So same rules that we play at league days and stuff. So if you are in a grass tree or there's a grass tree right in front of you, you can go up to 1 meter backwards from the last fronds, but directly in line with your disc in the basket.
Yeah.
I put that last note on there. I asked the rest of the chat and no one said yes or no. So
no, the OBs. Oh, fade to black.
Yeah, you could get in there and fade to black.
Oh, you're talking about near the bathtub.
Yep.
Okay.
I think we'll just put some flags around the bathtub and the digger, and if you're in there, you can take casual relief.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And just be mindful as well that all this information for each hole has notes on the bottom of the teeth. Oh, there you go. I know.
It's on here somewhere. We're going to get to that.
Okay.
Yep.
So yeah, course will be 80% full. Be mindful of that. So speed of play, all the normal rules. If you've disc lost, you've got 3 minutes to look for it. And the 30-second rule for
30 seconds
shots, and all the normal stuff. The PDJ rules, just don't be a Nico and
don't rush, but also don't dawdle and have a chat.
Yeah.
So, all right, spectators. If you want to bring family and friends along to watch, you're welcome to do so. Bear in mind, parking is an issue. Bear in mind that the gates get closed while we're playing, so they need to, if you can, bring them with you. That would be great, so they're not in their own car. They can't rock up halfway through your round and then leave when they get bored. They have to be in there for the whole round. So just make sure they're aware of that.
And if you're in a spot of bother for any reason in this situation, we're not just going to leave you on the course. If there's a special circumstance that you do need to get up for any reason, that would be a situation where you contact one of the TDs, myself, and Swampy, and let us know that you really need to leave for some reason. So
yeah. Also, if you are a spectator or you bring a spectator, if you could just get them to check in at HQ, just so we know who's on the course and who we have to look out for if there's an emergency or something. Right, CTPs and long drives. We'll go through this real quick because you're going to forget it anyway. But basically, we've split the field into 7 different groups, because MJ12 is a group as well. They are the groups there. We will be having 1 CTP and 1 long drive for each of those groups. Every CTP hole will have 2 groups on it, so you just have to keep an eye out on there'll be signs at the T-pad. They are on here. I'll just put them up real quickly and you can have a look. We'll just leave 10 seconds on there. You can find out where your group is, and then I'm not going to read it all out. You're all going to forget anyway. Yeah, so it is only 5 holes, isn't it? 5 holes that have CTP and long. 3. Oh yeah, 3. 3 holes that have a CTP on it, and 3 holes that have a long drive. Long drive, that's it. Yeah. So if it's gold A only, then you'll just play it on the Friday and Sunday, and you can win it on either of those days. If you play the hole every day, you can win it any of the days. There's the long drive holes. No long drive for the MJ12s. They've just got the CTP. Although we saw Jace almost ring up a ace on that hole that the drop zone's on. So it's achievable for the MJ12s to access the basket. Cool. Let's keep moving. Scoring. We will be using the PDGA app or the PDGA website. Code is trees. Yeah, I had to come up with something. Oh my gosh. So 2 scorers per card. I know some states are doing everyone scores, but we haven't started doing it yet in WA. So just 2 is fine. And the code will be trees, because there's lots of them. Trees or guardian trees. Yeah, guardian trees is too long to type. Yeah. All right. Just a note on the respect agreement. Just we want to go out there. We want to play to win. We want to play hard, but also be fair, be kind, be courteous, be nice to the people you're playing with. And remember, it's disc golf. It's fun. So we're all there to have fun. Yeah. Oh. JV saying, bro, it's a rule that everyone has to score. Not yet in Australia. Next year. Yeah, international rules. Different. Yeah. That's why we're TDs. Yeah. Hole details. Okay. All right. Hole notes. Everything that you need to know about the hole is written in about 100 different places. So the hole notes are on the T-pad. They are also on the PDGA scoring. So if you're on PDGA, you can hit the notes button and it will tell you there. If you're still confused, feel free to ask one of the TDs and they'll help you out. All right, I'm going to go through the holes.
Okay, hole 1. So Homestead, this is a gold A, gold B, and blue layout. You've got the gold B and blue on the left side, and you've got the gold A on the right side. All the gold will be played in the first day and the last day, and then the B layout and the blue obviously played on their days as well.
Blues every day.
Every day, yeah. Sorry.
There's only OB on this hole is down the right-hand side. You can see it marked there next to that right basket. That's just because people can turn over their disc into hole 5's fairway. That's only in play on hole 1. So if you're on hole 5 and you're across that, it's fine, and it's also behind the basket of hole 6. So if you go across it on hole 6, it's also fine. It's only hole 1.
And just big shout out to water refill stations marked. Oh, okay. So we don't have refill. We've just got
water bottles on the course, Jules. It would be where the toilets are on that.
And they're not marked, but they're everywhere you see the toilet mark, it will be there. And is the gate I'm looking for? Is this the gate I'm looking for? Oh, yeah, it is.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just you can see there's 3 in the chat. Sorry, we're just replying to Doug. He just showed us a picture. Oh, Keenan says no. Can you double click on that? Okay, so it's not the left-hand side, Doug. It's not the red brick. It's the right-hand gate that you can see open on the right-hand side. That is the gate, not the left-hand side. Just be mindful of anyone looking in the chat with the picture there. And just a shout out to Ragtop Designs. He's also put elevation in here and the notes down the bottom on these. We won't go through everything in here. I just wanted to show you that because there's a lot of information on these T-signs this year. So if you ever get stuck for anything, just check the T-sign. They've got a lot of information on them.
Hole 2, long and windy and longer and windier. There's no OB on this other than the fences. So OB down the left and then OB beyond the basket. The one beyond the basket's an electric fence. I went over it today. My disc's still over there, please, Keenan.
You know now, go grab it. But you go long.
Yeah, I went long. Yeah. So that's about all you have to worry about on there. That and taking a 10. I took an 8. And
you did take almost a 10 the other day.
John took a 10.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, cool.
Dynabol Danny, this is 2 different baskets. We will remove or cover the blue basket when it's not being played, so there's no confusion. Just for the gold layouts. And this has electric fence on all the way on the left-hand side, and it does come into play. I have touched this fence. It's not fun. Do not go over there. Do not touch this fence. It hurts. There's a video if anyone wants to watch it, and it's online somewhere. That's all you really need to know about this hole. Yeah. Thanks, Jason.
Hole 4 is Hangman. We have a short version on the blue and a longer version, which is the same for gold A and B.
This one is a very narrow gap, jumper, and you're in the circle. But there's no OB here. Oh, yeah. I mean, there is OB. You have to be really unlucky tree kick.
Yeah. I don't think you'll get to the OB.
No.
You can try.
Yeah.
Hole 5. This is Free Rider, or the blue version is Fruit Rider. There is 3 Mandos on this hole. So Mando just off the tee with a drop zone next to it. And then there's a double Mando halfway up the fairway. You can see there's an OB bubble on the left there. That's Keenan's Orchard.
Yep.
I definitely didn't hit one of those. I did hit one of those trees today. Sorry, Keenan. There is OB in the orchard. You can also go OB over the electric fence. Swampy's threw Beardy's disc 35 meters over the electric fence this morning. So there's another disc that needs fetching, please, Keenan. We will definitely remove that basket that's in the double Mando from the blue layout.
That is right in the middle of the fairway of the gold, so we'll be removing that.
Yeah, and there's a drop zone in between the double Mandos, closer to the left one. So same drop zone for both the double mando.
And I guess you could go long of the basket. I've never seen that happen.
Never seen it happen.
But just so you know.
Yeah. Righto.
So 3-day log and 3-day backlog. Not too much really here. I don't think there's any OB. Pretty straightforward hole. It's all the information's marked on the T pad. Not really much else to go by.
Yeah. Pretty similar with hole 7. We've got Edward Scissorhands and Freddy Krueger. They are you might have known it as Spider on the Tramp in the past.
The Spider Tree.
Spider Tree.
Yeah.
I think the Spider Tree's lost a limb or two, so it's a little bit friendlier.
Yeah.
No OB there, nothing to worry about. Pretty simple.
So this one is Jungle Land, or it's also the new hole on this, which is Jungle Zone, which is also used for the MJ12s and just 12s.
MJ12s, no blues.
Oh, it's the blues as well. Blues. Yeah, sorry, it's the blues, which is called Drop Zone. The drop zone is the T pad for that hole, so don't get confused on that. So this one has a double mando straight off the tee for the gold layout, and then also an OB around an electric power box to the right hand side of the fairway a bit further down. Other than that, if you do go off the drop zone, we do have that drop zone T pad, which is also utilized by the blue layout. That's really it.
Yeah, there's some OB on the right. There's a couple of power boxes there. So we've just... Have you mentioned that?
That's what I mentioned.
Sorry, I was reading the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't look like what's on the map. It's like a bubble shape rather than straight line.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. You probably said that too.
No, I didn't.
Hole 9, deep throw. This one is back to the old or new or old layout, which is 202 meters. It's a par 4 for the golds, a par 5 for the blues. Change this year is that there's going to be OB down the right hand side of the fairway. If you go to the next slide for me, I'll put some notes about it. Right, so deep throw is right on Keenan's property boundary, so him and his neighbour kind of share that fire break. This is probably the hole where we need to be the most considerate and cautious. If you go OB, Keenan's spoken to his neighbour. He's happy for you to go and get your disc. Just don't hang around in there. Grab it, get back as soon as you can. And yeah, we will be marking that OB with a rope down there. We're not going to... On the floor. We're not going to flag it because we don't... Like, it's right in front of his house. We don't want him looking out of his house at all our horrible pink OB flags.
And we are using the rope on the floor to be mindful that it is on most likely on the neighbour's property. We don't want to paint that floor, so we're utilising that.
It'll be clear as you just might not be able to see it off the tee if you're OB or not.
Yep.
But yeah.
So Stu's Rock Garden, I think Keenan was saying that this is one of the 2 oldest holes in the course.
Only 2 remaining OG holes on the course.
2 remaining OG holes on the course, yep. This one, you've only got the OB on the far right-hand side. You have to go through probably about 3 or 4 lines of trees and be very unlucky to go over that fence. However, it is there and it is marked on the map. Other than that, there's nothing else to get you in a spot of bother.
Cool. Hole 11 is Launchpad, or we now have a new par 4 version called Send It, which is very cool. Steve did some Bobcat work, so Steve, thanks Steve, shout out to him. Nothing to...
We probably want to talk about just the fairway a little bit.
Okay, yep. So nothing to worry about in terms of OB or Mandos or anything, but down on the first part of the Gold A fairway, there's a couple of big tree logs and quite a lot of rocks that were...
We cleared it as much as we can, but it was so big that the Bobcat couldn't even move it, hence Steve Kirk.
Needed a bigger Bobcat.
And it's really tight. There's a lot. It's wooded, obviously.
I was flabbergasted that the Bobcat couldn't do it.
Yeah. That was right.
But yeah, so you should be throwing over that stuff and getting up to the tee pad, but if you're not, just be careful with your footing.
Cool. So Get Bent. This one has been on the course for some time as well. Not one of the oldest ones, but it has been here for a while. There is nothing really to be concerned too much about. There's no OB here. It's just a big dog leg right.
Brown dog leg?
Brown dog, yeah. Other than that, it's...
Throw a pecker off that tee, you reckon?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
Turn it over.
Yeah. Hole 13, Fade to Black.
This is what you're talking about with the...
Yeah, so there's a little bit going on in Fade to Black, not a lot. We have marked some OB around the campsite, which could come into play, but you got to be a fairway to the right of the fairway.
You have to, yeah, you have to launch it, send it, and turn it over as well.
Yeah.
And
then
that has been done, but not too.
And then it's probably somewhere to the left of where the toilet sign is. There's a little digger and a bathtub and some fence posts, and we'll just flag around that. And if you're in there and you want to take relief, you can.
Yeah.
We'll just put some blue flags around it.
So Ring of Fire original hole 1. This really does not have. Oh, we've got the so as you can see in the middle of the fairway, you've got that red circle. That is the bonfire. So that will have a big stack of wood on Friday night and Saturday.
So Friday and Saturday there'll be a big bonfire in the middle.
Yep, and then Sunday obviously the hole will not. There will be no wood there because of the bonfire.
But the OB
will stay in place the entire weekend. So if you're in there on Friday and Saturday, it's the same thing as being in there on Sunday. It's just there's no wood there. It's as if a tree fell down. So.
And that's a painted line as well, so it will remain the same even after we set it on fire.
Correct.
Yeah. Hole 15, which is Jabba or Scarjo.
Or do you want to build a snowman?
Yeah. Yeah.
This one's a tough hole. There's nothing really to talk about other than good luck.
Yeah.
There is a OB fence after the basket. It looks quite a bit further away on the map here, but it is probably about 15 to 17 meters away from the basket.
If you can miss all those trees and go OB, you've done well.
I've seen one person do it. It's not happened very often, but it is there. Just be mindful of that, and that is the electric fence. So
this is probably the hole on the course that's most likely to make you quit disc golf.
Yeah. Or feel like you need to go purchase a lottery ticket after.
Yeah. All right. Hole 16, which is Isengard. Same hole for everyone, every day and every round.
It's a bit different this year.
Yeah, we've added some OB around the basket. So there's going to be, you can see it on the drawing, it'll be like a horseshoe U-shape OB. That's just to try and make that green a little bit trickier.
There is also a lot of, there's some containers and some stuff around there.
I flagged them today. So anything in the container area is flagged as OB, which is part of that HQ area.
Just want to make sure that people realize if they do go in there that, you can't play from
that. Map's sort of right. The HQ area comes past the horseshoe shape, so it's not exactly like the map says.
Hole 17 again, no real OB. It's just this one is probably where the fire really comes into play because it's pretty much in line of view of your eyesight when you're throwing. Again, same thing. Friday, Saturday, the fire will be there. Sunday, it won't be. The line mark will be there all weekend. So
yeah. And hole 18, Tweedlemunster, which will be our finishing hole. We also have Tweedledum, which is the short par 3 version, same basket.
Let's quickly talk about the walk from 18 to 1.
Okay, yeah, good idea. Nothing to talk about on 18, but when you finish on 18 and you go to hole 1, there's quite a long walk. We've signed it as well as we can, but you will be walking behind Keenan's house and along
between his house and the next door neighbour's
property. Road. So don't go up onto the next road across. Just stay on Keenan's property.
Yep.
Just follow the signs. We've put some bunting around the back of hole 1's tee pad as well, and some keep out signs just to keep everyone off his neighbour's property. Righto.
Boat.
Oh, boat says.
$50 ace pot on Scarjo. So the short version of the hole that wants you to make you quit disc golf, which we talked about, which
still wants to make you quit disc golf. But are you offering that up for the Blues who are playing it every day? Or is it only Saturday when everyone plays it?
If you're not watching the chat, Boat has offered a $50 ace bounty on this hole for the short version, which is the gold B and the blue.
Look, if you ace the long version, I'll give you $100.
Dude, if you ace the long version, I want to put something really big on that, but I'm not going to. Seriously? Yeah. I'd be very, very shocked.
Everyone, every day. There you go. So Boat will give you $50 if you ace the long one as well.
Everyone, every day.
Yeah. All right. That is everything.
Have I gone too far?
No, that's it.
What have I done?
You've gone back to the start.
How did I do that?
I think. There you go.
I'll just go question time button.
All right.
What is the best way to contact the TDs? Okay, so I'm one of the TDs, co-TD with, so I'm Reese Valios, and we've got Bradley. I was about
Curran.
to say Bradley Curran.
Brad Swampy.
I was about to say Swampy. Everyone knows him as Swampy, Brad Curran. But if you need any information, email info at sunsetcoastdiscgolf.com.au or tournaments at sunsetcoastdiscgolf.com.au, or just message myself on Facebook, Reese Valios.
I think your number's on the website.
Yep, my number's also on the website. You're more than welcome for any questions to shoot them through. You can put them here as well. And this is question time now, so anyone wants to put their hand up, press the little raise your hand button.
Feel free to unmute yourself if you want to ask a question.
Yeah, feel free to unmute yourself to ask a question. This is your floor. I guess if we don't have any people asking questions, we've done a really good job.
Yeah.
Ken Summers.
Well, about that good job.
About
that good job. No, it's a good job, guys. Just a quick one. On your marking of OBs, you're using flags, not painted lines, I assume.
A bit of so
we've got
it's a combination. We've actually got core flute, flag, painted lines.
Yeah.
It's going to be very clear either way.
So the only painted line is on hole 1 in the bonfire. Then we'll have rope on deep throw, and everything else will be the flags. So it's just straight line between the flags, the base of the flags.
Good. And that was the main question I wanted to ask it, is just to make sure we have clear clarification. And say there's 2 lines of rope side by side. Are we measuring from the inside piece or the outside piece of the rope? It has happened.
We're in WA, so we're kind. We always say the outside.
Yeah.
Well, the rope's the OB line. So if there's nothing inside the rope, then you're OB.
Yeah. It's just we've had a situation in the past where there's rope laying inside ropes.
I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah. You know the situation. So
I do, and that also happened in 2022 Perth Open. Two sets of ropes around a fire. If there's no disc inside the rope, then you're basically OB. So
yeah.
Cool.
No, that's cool. I'm just checking. And the other one is, are you going to have a fire spotter?
A fire spotter.
I can put money on it. The number of discs. So I think 6 discs will go in that bonfire.
Are you talking about on the night?
No, with the coals the next day.
Look, I don't think so.
No,
we're not going to have a fire spotter. If it does go in there and it's a worry, treat it as water. It is OB, so.
In the past, when I've seen it, there's nothing left there. It's just flat.
Yeah, look, I've been the TD for the last 2 events that were there. I have had one person say it went inside it, but it was just on the edge. I've never had anyone else.
I'm going out on a limb. I'm going to call 6 discs this tournament.
6 discs.
Yeah, but I'm stepping up.
Okay, cool.
It's a very small area, people, so don't get too worried about it.
Let's do some other questions.
Yeah.
Joey said, just to clarify, is it tee times or shotgun start? It's shotgun start.
2 shotgun starts.
But 8 a.m. shotgun start for one half, and then 1 p.m. shotgun start for the other half. How does 14 and 17 work? The higher hole number has right of way. So if there's 2 of you at the tee pad, 17 gets to go first, and then 14 will tee off after.
14 and 17. That has been talked about.
You can see each other as well, so you can kind of just go, you guys throw, and then just communicate. Keenan said there will be coals. So there'll be some coals left after the bonfire. Yeah. So just be careful. Don't, unless you like walking on hot coals. Yeah.
Just throw your disc in there.
How do you get hold of the tournament directors on the day? Well, Swampy's put his number in the chat.
I can put my number in the chat now as well if you like. I'll put my number here. Reese.
Hopefully it doesn't get lost in the CrowdStrike crash.
Yes, no, I hope so too.
Yeah.
Probably a good idea for us to put that info on the website.
I'm pretty sure it's on the. I'll double check. I'm pretty sure.
I'll be floating
contact numbers are on the website.
we'll definitely have one non-playing TD, which is myself.
Swampy's also not
two.
playing.
So we have two floating around.
Yeah.
About. So you'll if we know of anything, we'll be there. And if you need to get in contact with us, let us know. We'll also have a lot of people holding radios. So if someone does have a radio that you know of, tell them to get in touch with me.
Yeah.
What? Wow. Is that
a great
birds and the bees question? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so there's a thing called phalanx.
Yeah. Okay. There's quite a few questions there, wasn't there?
I think that's all of them. Any more questions?
What's this people here?
I don't know.
Activity.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I came late.
Check-in times. Check the website, but MA1, you can check in basically any time from when the morning pool finishes up until 12:45.
Yeah.
And then 12 o'clock till 12:45 is pool B check-in. And then 1 o'clock tee off for pool B. Any more questions? We've done quite well. We did that in 45 from when we started. So.
Oh, mushrooms.
Oh, mushrooms.
Good one, Keenan. Okay, and this one has been brought up. There is mushrooms on the course. Do not eat any of the mushrooms on the course, please. They are poisonous. And this has been a question that gets brought up at Pinelines a lot. So yeah, please do not eat any of the mushrooms on the course. I'm just going to go through some other stuff. Oh, actually, we got. Oh, okay. So, bins. We'll have bins around HQ, and we will also have containers for change bin, a recycling bin. If you've got anything that's recyclable, cans, bottles, all that type of stuff, please put them in there. The money that comes back from containers for change will go back to the club and then also back to the community when we do things like install courses with that money as well.
We've got signs for the bins, so read the signs. Don't be dogs.
Don't be dogs.
Pay your dogs.
Yeah. Weather.
Anti-disestablishmentarianism. Just say things for the hell of it.
Any other questions, people? Ken, you've got your hand up again. Or is that just from before?
No. All right,
people. Well,
thank you very much.
If you do have any questions, message me or Brad, and we're happy to help, or email us. I think I speak for everyone that I'm
hoping for great weather. Absolutely. So are we.
Cross your fingers.
Absolutely 0 people have paid while we were in that meeting. So
will there be pyramid footage? It will come soon. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming tonight. This makes our job easier doing these live. And if you have missed anything, again, we've recorded this, and we'll put this on a YouTube video.
And then I'll put the video on the event webpage for you to watch.
And Pro B layout actually went up on my channel today. If you
and I'll whack that on the website too.
Yep, and I'll be doing the blue layout. Sorry, those take quite a bit of time to do, and we've just been doing tournament stuff. So those layouts will be on the event page. So if you do want to watch them and study them before, you're more than welcome to. Off to add
this channel.
Yeah. Good one. No, that's not what the intention was for. But if you spend like 4 hours on a video, no, I'm putting my job. Okay.
Well, let's call that the end of the meeting. And if you want to stay here and talk rubbish, you can.
You're more than welcome to stay and talk rubbish. Talk about how I'm colorblind and whatnot. So
yeah. All right. Toodles, guys.
Thank you, everyone, and we will see you on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday.
Yeah.
Have a good one. Cheers. See you all.